Has anybody here ever had a timeout? Oh, yeah, okay. All right, yeah. Anybody up here, did you ever get a timeout?
My teacher did.
Oh, okay. Well, how do you feel when you get a timeout?
Sad.
Sad? Okay. Mad? Did somebody say sad? Did you say sad? Sad? All right. Do you need to do anything when you have a timeout? Like, are you allowed to eat snacks? Maybe go buy fast or drink a little juice, play a game, talk to anybody? No? No, the whole point of timeout is you just got to sit there, right? Is it kind of boring? And while you're sitting there, what do you do? What are you supposed to be doing while you're just sitting there? Thinking. Sure. Thinking about what you did wrong. I think we had practice in this. Anyway. Yeah, you talk to yourself. You sit there and you think about what you might have done right, what you could do right, what you might have done wrong, and it can be a little boring and it can be a little sad, just like you said, because you really have to really think about it. Yeah. Well, look at Jesus here today. Look at my little sculpture of Jesus. Does he look like he's having a timeout? Is that what you look like when you have a timeout? Well, believe it or not, Jesus actually did kind of take a timeout. We're going to hear a story today where Jesus goes out to the wilderness to think and to pray, to think about who he's going to be quiet. When you get, how long do your timeouts usually last? Up to 5 minutes, right? How long do you think Jesus took the timeout for?
7 hours.
7 hours? All right, a little bigger. A whole day, maybe? A week? Well, the Bible tells us he went out for 40 days and 40 nights. And while he was out there in the wilderness having his time out, he didn't eat or drink or play or talk to anybody. He just hung out there, and he waited and he listened. And he was listening for his Heavenly Father to come and talk to him about what he was going to do with his life. At the end of your time out, your parents probably come and sit and talk with you, right? And by that point, because you've been quiet, you're ready to listen. Well, he went out and he was quiet for a very long time so he could listen to the message God had for him. And so he was out there for 40 days, right? That's what I told you? Well, over the next 40 days here in the church, we have what's called a period of time. Does anybody know what the next 40 days are called? Anybody heard? Starts with an L, rhymes with spent. Lent, right? The next 40 days are a period called Lent. And we spend some time as Christians during Lent trying to get quiet like Jesus and listen for God. And in your parents' programs today, there are some prayers in there. Prayers for hearth and home. Prayers that you can say in the morning and the evening as a family or as a couple or as individuals. And I want to encourage you to maybe light a candle together and say that prayer in the morning, say a prayer in the evening. Maybe spend some quiet time before you get out of bed in the morning, some quiet time when you get into bed at night. And just be still. Be still and listen. Have a little time out with you and God and see if maybe God has something to tell you. All right? That's what we're going to do the next 40 days, just like Jesus. Let us hear the word of the Lord.